Jerry and Debbie starts now.
Welcome to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. This is where we take a fresh look at ourselves and the world around us, and we want you to join us. You weigh in with your life experiences, and we learn from you. So when we give the number out and we just introduce the topic, we expect you to weigh in. You've been doing it for 4.5 years, and you've never disappointed us. So please do so today. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. You mentioned we expect the people to call in. Folks, that's not an admonition. That's just you've done it so beautifully for 4.5 years that we have come to expect a great show from you. Debbie and I are along for the ride, so we want to hear from you today. And Debbie, this is one show that everyone is able to call in and have a take on. In fact, there is not one person who can say, I don't have something to say about this.
Very true. Very, very true. Okay, so here is the question. How do you celebrate the day you were born? How do you celebrate the day you were born? We want to hear from you. Do you bring out the candles and all the decorations for one day, maybe for a week, for your birthday month? Do you try to avoid your birthday, but then on Facebook, everybody's got their birthdays posted, and you see all these comments coming in. Happy birthday, Jerry. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. We want to know how you celebrate that special, miraculous, precious day you were born. I love this topic.
All right, here's the phone number, 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. I had my birthday a few months ago. Debbie's is coming up in a couple months.
Yours is in July.
Mine is in July. Debbie's is in November. Mm-hmm. You may be having a birthday today. So you get to call in and say, here's what my husband is going to do for me, my wife is going to do for me. Here's what I'm going to do. Maybe you're at a point in life where you're going, it's just another birthday, Mm-hmm. There are some people who get to that point. But what do you think about this topic today? How do you celebrate that beautiful day? Of course, we are conceived 9 months before that, but the day that we are born from our mother's wombs, that is the day that we celebrate. We call our birthday. So how do you commemorate that for you?
Mm-hmm. It was funny. You was talking about maybe you're celebrating today. So I need to do this very special shout out to my childhood friend. We've been friends for 45 plus years. We met in Catholic elementary school, Jerry, Catholic elementary school. She lives in New Jersey. Her name is Mary. Today she was born. 50 plus years ago. Okay, we won't give her age, but actually we're the same age for just a couple months, and I always used to tease her about that. So she just her birthday's today. Her name is Mary. She's from New Jersey. Mary, happy birthday. I am so glad. I will say a prayer today, thanking God that you were born, because you have just been such a dear friend, and I hope John is making your birthday very, very special. So God bless you on your special day that you entered into this world. Don't you love that?
I always joke around. I celebrate the octave of my birthday. the 8-day celebration, but that's just kidding around, of course. But birthdays are so beautiful; they're so special. And maybe you have friends who do something in particular for you every year. Maybe you got a group of friends, and each of you on your birthdays, the others of you take you out to lunch. I know someone who has several friends, Debbie, and they have a many-year history of whoever's birthday it is. They all go out as a group, and whoever's birthday it is doesn't pay. So that's one way to do it. Maybe you like to go to Mass, especially on your birthday, simply to give thanks to God for the gift of your life. So we are wanting to hear from you today. How do you celebrate the day of your birth? At 833-288-3986. Sorry, Debbie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just love the way you said the gift of your life. I just love the way you said that, because so many babies don't make it. We know that. We know that. And the gift of your life, let's celebrate that. It is miraculous. It is amazing. It's precious. Just to see that baby being born is the most incredible experience. And those of you that are moms and dads and you got to be in that delivery room and you got to see that firsthand, you know exactly what that means when that baby enters into the world. It's pretty special. And so we want to hear from you. How do you celebrate the day you were born? Remember, God knows every hair on your head. You're uniquely made. There's a reason you are here. We should be celebrating that. Who was the saint? Isn't it Mother Teresa or Saint Teresa of Calcutta? Never used to celebrate her birthday. She celebrated the day she was baptized.
Yeah, that's true. That's a beautiful thing that she did. I believe that was her. And there are also people, Debbie, who I think celebrate even though I don't know if we can exactly pinpoint the day of our conception, but some people would like to say, instead of the day that I came out of the womb, they like to count those other 9 months, just to, as kind of an emphasis on when life begins. So
True.
This is going to be an inspiring program. I'm feeling it already. Phone lines are filling up, but we have at least one more line open that we need somebody on right now.
Mm-hmm. So I agree. So you celebrate like a week-long birthday celebration. I would agree with that because you're like Marty. You're one of those freedom babies that you celebrate the whole week because it's kind of a holiday week anyway, Jerry. So it's kind of good. Marty says that I celebrate a birthday month. The whole month of November is my birthday celebration. But here's a little fun trivia. You may or may not have known this about me, Jerry. I don't know if you knew that I was born. I'll just share my birthday, November 9th, 1965. That is the day of the Great Blackout in the Northeast. I don't know if you remember the blackout where all the utilities all the lights and everything were knocked out, and it was everything was darkened in the Northeast. And so my uncle, the priest, was with my mom, my uncle who I always talk about, who was with my mom in the hospital, and he was pacing the floors going, I don't know if this is going to work because the generators were going already because the hospitals had the generator backups. And so he was a nervous wreck. My dad was home with the other 5 kids. So I'm sure they were just having fun.
So there was an extraordinary event to mark your birthday.
Yeah, it was dark.
Actually, it was dark. Well, with me, I may have shared this on the air before. My mom was 24 hours in labor with me. She once wrote me, many, many years later, she wrote me this long letter detailing it all. And it was this sweltering hot day in July in Seattle where I was born. And I just fought coming out of the womb. And now I can see why.
Because you took one look at the world and said, I'm going back.
Yeah, can we go back? Yeah, it's beautiful to be alive, and the phone lines have indeed filled up. So please jot the number down, folks. We want to hear how you celebrate, however you commemorate, you mark the day of your birth. 833-288-EWTN, and we have other ways you can get a hold of us as well that we will share momentarily. We're going to start with Michael and Joyce and Jeremy and get to some of the others. Servants of God.
The leading Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
Part of the success we've had on the world over, I attribute to certainly my relationship with Mother Angelica and her teaching me early on that when you sit with someone, you talk to them, you share with them, and you create an environment where they will tell you things they wouldn't tell anyone else.
The World Over with Raymond Arroyo. Tonight, 8 Eastern on EWTN Radio.
EWTN is now on Twitter. Get short, timely messages from EWTN on your computer or cell phone. It's easy to stay up to date on a wide variety of topics. Pro-life news, Vatican announcements, catechesis, apologetics, the latest EWTN programming, and more. You can link to EWTN on Twitter from our homepage or go to twitter.com/EWTN. At work, at home, at school, and on the road. Stay connected to your world with EWTN's Twitter page.
The wisdom of Mother Angelica.
I went to Las Vegas years and years ago for one of these cable shows, and I was shocked to see all these old ladies in their 70s and 80s getting off that plane, running for a slot machine. You don't have a chance to win. They're all fixed. I know, my uncle used to have slot machines.
EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
Good to have you with us here. Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio. Our thanks to Ryan Penny, who is screening calls today. Sometimes one of the Michael Birchfield or Michael McCall is in there, but I think it's Ryan today. And Ryan has been busy already today, as we have a lot of phone lines lined up here talking about how we celebrate the day of our birth. And also want to thank Rich Jesse, our producer, who is on the controls today, and Jeff Burson, who is scouring your social media comments to pass some of those along with us. So.
Speaking of that, did you know that yesterday's show on 9/11, which was very, very powerful, a powerful show, we had almost 170,000 views.
I know.
On YouTube.
It's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. You really are joining the Take Two family in just a rapid pace. It's okay. Jeff just said 175,000. Wow. That is amazing. I love the Take Two family. You guys are awesome. Hey, Jerry, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So your mom wrote this whole thing out about you, right? So can I ask? I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything, but what was the purpose? Just to tell you how difficult of a child you were from birth?
She told me that a lot, but no, I think it was just she wanted to, how mothers want you to know, just kind of your background, the family history, things that went on, things that happened to you and happened to her, and she just thought it was a beautiful story. I think it was breech. Is that what you call it? Breech?
You came out feet first.
Oh, is it feet first?
So you hit the ground running.
So the last thing I wanted was to see what was going on in the world. So I saved my eyes for last.
Yeah, you hit the ground. We always say that babies that are breech, they hit the ground running. I like that. That's very cool. Okay, so we have full phone lines, not a surprise here on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. So when a line becomes open, Ryan is willing to pick it up very quickly. He's so good at it. He's so efficient. And here's the number, 1-833-288-3986. And as promised, Michael is first up in Boston, Massachusetts on the Station of the Cross. Hi, Michael. Thanks for waiting and welcome.
Hello, Debbie and Jerry.
Hi, Michael.
Now, my practice for my birthday practice is not my own. I learned it from my father. He had this habit. I mean, being a young boy, 4, 5, 6 years old, every year. On his birthday, he would take me to the cemetery to his mother and father's grave. I'm the youngest, first of all, I'm the youngest of 11 kids, so I don't remember my grandma and grandpa, but he'd go to his parents' grave and put flowers on there. First, we'd go to Mass, and we'd go there. And then he explained, and then as I got older, I understood what he was doing. He said, I'm giving thanks to God, and then I'm giving thanks to those who cooperated with God. And it was strange. You are what you're taught. So I remember going every year with him, every year that I could. And I took it on. But I remember being 15 years old, and I said, Dad, I want to say thank you to you and Ma before you're in the ground, But you looked at me like I was nuts. But I said, but I kept it up, and that's what I learned is show reverence to God, show reverence to your parents. I bring flowers. We have a built-in vase, you can, into the gravestone or whatever. And they do those plastic things. It says, Happy Easter, whatever. I always put a thank you in it, and that's the thanks. One funny story. I went there one time. I brought my sister, and she says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I put the things in. I had the plastic thing. I didn't even look at it when I bought it." And she goes, "Look what it said. I pulled the wrong plastic. It said get well." The wrong thing to put. That's optimistic. So, but the point is, I learned that, and I keep it up. I'm 61 now, and I keep it up, and it's the best thing I do on my birthday, and the rest of the day is mine. And I feel good because I took care of that. It's a good tradition as far as I'm concerned. And you show reverence to God by going to Mass, and you reverence by showing that to your parents. I know that their souls are with God, but still, their bones are sacred. You go to their grave.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Michael, thanks for sharing that. And yeah, we should always remember to celebrate our parents, our ancestors, those who came before us, especially our parents who cooperated, like you said, Mike, who cooperated with God to give us life and bring us into this world. And I think it's a beautiful practice, and I have to say I'm as guilty as anyone of not doing this. So in terms of my parents and my family, most of my family is buried at the same cemetery in Seattle, and I've been to Seattle dozens and dozens of times over the years and have just not really gone out to the cemetery, although I did here this last time I was there because my sister is now there. But Debbie, I think it's maybe a lost tradition, if you will, among today's generations to really venerate and honor those we love by going to visit their grave sites.
Yeah. I love how you both said
it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
Right. It's never too late to start, Michael. And I love how both of you said it's a tradition. I totally agree. And I think we need to resurrect those traditions because it is so beautiful that these people walked this earth. They left their legacy, and it's just a wonderful thing. My mother did the same thing with me. We used to go up every weekend and check on the graves of her relatives. And she would always tell me, remember this, always remember, always want a clean grave and clean it off and bring flowers and pay your respects. And I do. And to this day, I'm the same way as Michael. I think it's a beautiful thing. We need to do that again. I mean, that instills a lot of, a healthy view of life in our youth.
Yeah, and I think, as always on this show, we all want to learn and grow from what you share with your takes. So I think a lot of people, Debbie, I think are going to be maybe nudged to go visit their loved ones at the cemeteries because of what Michael said. So thanks, Michael. Thank you so much for the call. We get emails as well. You can email us at take2@EWTN.com. One of our regular listeners, God bless her heart, and all of you who listen regularly, is Jane. And Jane had this note for us, Debbie. She says, "Oh, Debbie, I remember that day when you were born. I was riding my bike 5 or 6 blocks from my house in my friend's neighborhood, as we were all allowed to do back then, and I noticed it was getting dark and the streetlights were not functioning. I must have hightailed it home at that point. Like 9/11 when the skies were quiet. It was another strange day for most of us. But for you, happy birthday, Debbie. God bless, Jane." Isn't that nice?
Thank you, Jane. See, we were connected way back when I was born, Jane. I love that. Thank you for remembering that. I thought I was going to have everybody have to Google it because I'll have to, go. Do you remember? You don't, because you were born in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yes. I do not remember that, but
you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the history books. If you want to go back.
I remember my first earthquake actually when I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. Yeah.
Were you scared?
Yeah, probably. but there was there was a side of me too that was like, wow, this is kind of fun. This is exciting. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's hear what Joyce has to say in Cambridge, Ohio on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Joyce. Welcome to Take Two.
Hello. I anticipate lots of wonderful ideas. The last caller, that was just so beautiful what his father taught him, and he continues to do. I have a couple of things. I do usually go out to dinner, but sometimes I like to do something different. So my 59th birthday, I was born on May 30th, and that's the Feast of St. Joan of Arc. So I decided to show the silent film Joan of Arc at my house for my birthday. So I wanted to, I just love her. And then last year, or this past year, I turned 60, and I told my husband, for my birthday, I want to go to the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament. So that's what we did. And we spent several days in Hanceville, and it was just so beautiful. What a beautiful way to spend a birthday. I'm going to get emotional over it. So I just wanted to share those couple things that have brought me great joy that I've done on my birthday to thank God.
Well, Joyce, Debbie, and I can both attest to your emotion over going to the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament, that beautiful shrine that Mother Angelica had built for the glory of God, and so many people have had their lives touched there very, very deeply. And I love how you celebrate, you said Joan of Arc by watching the movie. You were born on her feast day. I think that is absolutely beautiful. But getting that chance to go to the shrine, I'm sure, Joyce, you had a lot of opportunities there to say, God, thank you for my life, because it's just a place of peace, Debbie, and serenity, and just a great place to give gratitude to God for life.
Oh, absolutely, Joyce. We went twice, and I'll tell you what, I was an emotional mess especially when I went up to the crypt of Mother Angelica and her mother's buried there as well. I mean, it was so overwhelmingly beautiful. So I can totally relate. And I think what a wonderful way to spend your birthday. I actually love the idea. If you're born on a feast day, show the movie or tell the story of the saint that you were born on. I love that you did that with Saint Joan of Arc, and what a great saint she is. One of my siblings is named Joan, and I've always said she's very blessed because that is such a strong saint. So I love that you did that, Joyce. I hope you make it like a yearly tradition.
I plan on doing that again sometime. I had people over. I didn't tell them it was my birthday, though. I didn't want any gifts. I just wanted to. That was between Joan of Arc, and now, well, the public knows. But I just wanted to share her story with people. And that black and white film, it's a Criterion classic. It is so beautiful. That silent film is so beautifully done.
Joyce, if you don't mind, one of the things that we like to encourage people to do is take that pilgrimage to the shrine in Hanceville and make a side trip to EWTN. I don't know if you had a chance to do that, but for you at the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament, if you could share one, really highlight, takeaway memory or moment, and that may be a private question, so feel free to pass on it. But what do you think struck out to you the best and most beautiful?
Mass. Okay. It's beyond words. I don't know how to, just going to Mass there was a highlight.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's just a gorgeous church to attend Mass in. And they have confessions there regularly, and of course, exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. That beautiful monstrance is just way up high, and it's almost like you're gazing up toward heaven, right, Deb? I remember that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and just the gold, and just so beautiful. And I was sharing about Mother Angelica's mother being buried in the crypt at the same place where they have the other sisters. And did you want to share that about her mother's outcome? I think it's fascinating.
I don't know much about the story, Joyce, you may, or Debbie, but her mother became a sister in the community, Sister David, actually. So,
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, because I don't think otherwise parents, even parents, I don't think would be allowed to be buried there with the religious community members unless they were members themselves. So, yeah, beautiful that her mom became a nun as well.
Right, it's pretty cool. Did they share that with you, Joyce, when you were there?
I had read that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so isn't that awesome?
I've read Mother Angelica's story. Yes, it is. It is quite awesome. So.
I know. Beautiful.
Well, bless you, Joyce, and we wish you many, many more happy, healthy, beautiful, holy birthdays. And thank you for joining us here on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie as we talk about how you celebrate the day that you were born, the day of your birth. Jeremy is going to share next in Wilson, North Carolina, listening on Divine Mercy Catholic Radio. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome to Take Two.
Hi, thank you.
Sure.
For my birthday, I don't celebrate my birthday.
Okay.
I just feel like birthdays are, they're supposed to be a special day, a lot of emphasis given to them, but I feel like a lot of expectation and disappointment kind of goes with the day also. So I'd rather every day be special rather than having just one special day and then kind of being forgotten about for the rest of the year.
Right. Well, I can relate to that because when raising kids, I used to notice that all the time with the kids. They'd be like, well, when my birthday comes or when this, and so they'd build up to then when their birthday was. And you're right. I mean, there could be this letdown afterwards, or like that's the only one special day. But I mean, is it safe to say, Jeremy? I know you're a first-time caller. Thank you. We would love to just ring that virtual bell for you. But Jeremy, is it safe to say that you do at least recognize that it's pretty miraculous that you're here?
Yeah, I suppose.
It truly is. It truly is.
Okay, and these, you don't have to answer any of these questions, Jeremy. We're just curious, and we're trying to learn, and our whole listening audience is trying to learn. Other people in your life, do you help them celebrate their birthdays? Do you do things for others? I don't know if you have a family or whatever, but do you, even though you have this approach for yourself, which I think is very, very beautiful, do you get involved in kind of celebrating other people's birthdays?
Yes, I do celebrate other people's birthdays. I won't take the initiative just in case someone wants it toned down or anything. But if there's something going on, I'm gonna jump on and be a part of the celebration as well.
Beautiful.
Okay, well, how about this? Here's a little challenge for you. Are you ready, Jeremy?
All right.
Okay, so look up well, you don't have to give us the day. If you want, you don't have to give us a year, but if you want to give us the day, I can look it up for you. But give us the day, or you look up the day you were born and see what special event happened, or if it's a feast day or some significant thing, because pretty much everybody has something that happened on each day. And maybe just, also recognize that it's pretty cool that you landed on that date. What do you think?
All right. Yeah. There's a few things I know happened on that day, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I love that. That's awesome, Jeremy. Well, I agree with you. We should celebrate our birthdays all year long. I'm with Jeremy.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Jeremy. Thanks. You've helped to start a new tradition in the Giorgiani home with Marty and Debbie, and maybe for me as well. Actually, you know what, Debbie? Birthdays, I think I mean this in the way that Jeremy's talking about. It's just another day in a sense that, I don't, well, when you get to be a certain age, I guess, obviously we all know, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, birthdays are awesome. They're the thing you look forward to, from the day after your birthday to the next birthday. But I think for me too, I just like to, savor life, every single day. And when my birthday comes around, yeah, a lot of people wish me happy birthday and do certain things, but it's hopefully many of these same elements are in place. In other words, giving thanks to God for today, just like I did yesterday, just like I'm going to tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. Very cool. Thank you, Jeremy. And so now you're not a first-time caller anymore. Call us anytime. We'd love to hear from you. And you're listening on the beautiful Divine Mercy Catholic Radio. Okay, we're talking about how you celebrate the day you were born. We want to hear from you. This is your chance to share with the world how you celebrate that great day when you entered into the world on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
The Venerable Fulton John Sheen.
It is a self-evident principle that the Creator has endowed man with certain unalienable rights.
The leading Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
Father John Riccardo.
God reveals himself by repeatedly breaking into people's lives. He says to Abraham, I'm going to make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and the sand on the shore. I want to make a covenant with you. I'm going to enter into a relationship with you. I call you into friendship. I want you to know me. He does it because he wants the individual or the individuals to know him, because that's why we're here. But he also does it so that they will help others to know him, so that they will tell others about the one that they've met, the one who's spoken to them, the one who has done great things on their behalf. Because faith isn't private. It's meant to be shared. That's why he reveals himself to us. The saving deeds that we see God do in the Old Testament, which give us access to his identity and to who he is, all find their fulfillment in Jesus.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
Post your intentions on the prayer wall on Jerry and Debbie's website. To get there, just click on the bright yellow J&D logo at take2show.com. Jerry and Debbie personally reply to every prayer intention that's posted. Others will also offer you their prayer support. When there's something important you want prayers for, post it on the prayer wall on Jerry and Debbie's site. Visit take2show.com. Click on the J&D logo today.
Hi, this is Dr. David Anders. Are you curious about the Catholic faith and need answers? Call to Communion is the show for you. Today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, back to Take Two.
And we're glad to be with you here on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, and the trivia just never stops on this program. We gave you the trivia fact of Mother Angelica's mom becoming Sister David in their community, and then our producer, Rich Jesse, and our social media guy, Jeff Burson, and Ryan Penny often weighs in with thoughts as well. But Rich said, he said that
it's fascinating.
Did you know in a room of 23 people that there is a 50% chance of at least 2 people having the same birthday? Did you know that, Debbie?
I did not know that. And then it increases.
Yeah.
It's a 99.9. What? Is that not right?
No, I was going to say, that seems remarkable to me. Just 23 people. There's
23
a 1 in 2 chance that 2 of them are going to share a birthday.
But then it increases to 99.9 if the number increases to 70. So you can be in a room of less than 100 people, and for certain somebody else is sharing your birthday.
Wow.
That is pretty
Well,
cool.
I'll bet if you're in the room of 365 people, the number, well, it still wouldn't be 100% complete because we'd have a leap year. So
you crack me up. You crack me up. Okay, so listen to this. So social media is weighing in, and you're texting and you're emailing us. I want to share this from Maria. She emailed us at take2@EWTN.com, and this is what Maria said. She said, on my birthday, number 1, I first try to remember to renew my baptismal vows. I love that. Maria, that is a great, great idea. Then I give thanks and be grateful to God, my parents, my husband, our child, my in-laws, my whole family through the Holy Rosary, 3 Hail Marys, or by attending the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass. And then third, we order dinner or we go out to eat. Maria, I love that.
That is a great,
beautiful
three great ways of celebrating your birthday, Maria. Thank you. We've got some other emails as well on social media that we will get to. But as always, a lot of people on the lines here talking about how you commemorate the day that you were born. We're going to go to Jennifer next. Jennifer, thanks for waiting patiently in Columbia, South Carolina, listening to Take Two on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jerry and Debbie. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Just wanted to tell you that my birthday is. I love my birthday, first of all. Like Jerry, you said, it's just another day. Oh, no, it's not. It is the day you were born. And I feel like you only have one day out of the whole year to celebrate that. And I just I just love it. And I was on a Cresceo weekend working in the kitchen, and the girl that was actually running the kitchen, Laura LeBach, we found out we had the same birthday, and this is the Feast of the Guardian Angel.
October 2nd, it's coming up.
Amen! Yeah, baby. You got it, girl.
I've often said if I had to be born again, I would love to be on October 2nd, the Feast of the Guardian Angels, and you are so blessed. I can hear that joy in your voice.
Amen, sister. So thank you. So she told me that her mother made her angel food cakes, every year. And I said, oh, my mother owes me a lot of them because I was like in my upper 40s at that point. So anyway, I still haven't gotten one from my mom, but that's okay. But anyway, I say the Guardian Angel prayer every day. And I love everybody's birthdays. I'm a big birthday, because I want everyone to feel special on that day. So I try to do that for family and friends, and I love my birthday because everybody knows how I feel about it. So I get lots of texts and phone calls, and that's what my day just is filled with. Last year I turned 50, and we went to a beach trip, and I had a niece fly in and a sister-in-law fly in, and we just had a girls' weekend at the beach, and it was awesome. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and the Guardian Angels, Jennifer. And actually, that's every one of us every day. Like Jennifer said, Debbie, she prays to her Guardian Angel every day, as do I, and as do you, I think. Debbie, do you sort of do that a little bit?
Yeah. Like
Debbie
a million times a day.
the angels and the Guardian Angels, yeah. But yeah, that's something we should all, that's a beautiful thing. I love that, Jennifer. And by the way, yeah, I did say that my birthday is just kind of another day, but I meant that in a sense of, I want it to be, every day to be a celebration of my life and the gifts that God has given me. But yeah, on my birthday, there are friends, there are people who always want to do something. So I do something out of the ordinary every year. Maybe I'll think about a weekend at the beach or something.
I love the angel food cake idea. I love that. You just have to imagine, Jennifer, that on October 2nd, the Guardian Angels are celebrating along with you, and how beautiful that is. You have like a very crowded celebration, Jennifer. You guys are packed,
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. All the guardian angels are there at the consecration. So if you were to go to mass on the day of your birthday, I mean, just think about that. They truly are present there because they all surround the altar at the consecration. So that's another unique thing about October 2nd. The other thing too is I believe September 29th is the Feast of the Archangels. That's a really another great feast too. And see, Jennifer's story makes us all realize that we should remember these feast days. These feast days are very important. So everybody remember Jennifer's birthday, which is on the Feast of the Guardian Angels. And happy early birthday, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I love you. You're so awesome. So are you, Terry. So are you. And I'm a Jersey girl.
Oh, you're a Jersey
Oh, wow.
girl. Okay, there you
I
go.
thought I could hear that.
I knew I loved you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. You guys
thank
are
you.
awesome.
Jennifer, don't go yet. Here's something interesting from another Jersey girl. Our friend Marianne, who used to live in Jersey, she actually just celebrated her birthday September 2nd and her son's birthday September 6th. And one of the things they love to do is get some really good cakes from New Jersey and bring them back. And you know, folks, I got to tell you, everybody always makes comments about what it is like to live in New Jersey. You know, what exit are you from? You know, we used to hear all the jokes about New Jersey. I'll tell you what, they have some of the best delis, some of the best diners, some of the best bakeries that you could ever, and some of the greatest Italian food, I think, in the world. Right, Jennifer? Do I get an amen?
Oh, you get an amen, sister. Don't forget pizza.
Pizza. That's right. The best pizza.
That's what I thought you would list first, Debbie.
Well, I kind of put that into the Italian food, even though it's not really Italian. But yeah, it's true. But it's amazing, the food from New Jersey. So there's another Jersey girl weighing in on Marianne's weighing in on how wonderful it is to celebrate your birthday Jersey style.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Love it. Thank you, guys. You're awesome.
All right.
God bless
you too. Thank you so much. Talking about celebrating the day you were born here on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie today, 833-288-3986. Continue along with Lisa in Scranton, Pennsylvania, also listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Lisa. Welcome.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for my call.
Sure.
Hi, Lisa.
My birthday falls in July, and it's during St. Anne's 9-day novena. And the one church in Scranton, St. Anne's, they celebrate it every day, where they have many masses throughout the day, and the novenas, and they have an outdoor mass. So on my birthday, I asked my family and friends for my birthday present to come with me to see St. Anne and celebrate mass in the novena.
Beautiful. And so you're around July 26th, Lisa?
July 24th is my birthday.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
And they celebrate they celebrate it every day from the 18th to the 26th.
Right. I think that's beautiful.
And my daughter's birthday is actually the 27th, the day after the novena.
Mm. Yeah, well,
So
that's a beautiful.
It's a very beautiful time.
It is, Lisa, and it's just so beautiful and sweet of you. I mean, you're actually giving the gifts on your own birthday by inviting your family members to come with you to a mass and to just share in that novena. Yeah, do they all take that in and just love that, Lisa? To love the spiritual practice that you share with them on your birthday?
Yes, they do. It's just being in that environment is amazing. You know, for anybody that steps on the grounds there, it's a big, beautiful church, and there's and then, like I said, there's a lot of things outside. They even have a stand there and everything. But it's just that environment, because you're around so many other people. You know, being there for the same reason.
Mm-hmm. And where is this at, Lisa?
It's in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay. And the name? The name?
St. Anne's Church in Scranton, in West Scranton.
Nice. I pass through your area sometimes. I'm going to definitely check that out because my middle name is Anne, so St. Anne is very near and dear to my heart. So that is
yes.
Yeah. That is beautiful, Lisa. I love. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're ever there in July, you would just be amazed. You know, like I said, they celebrate it every day. You know, throughout the day, and they have like a guest priest speaker, and they talk about a theme. Yeah, and it's just you hate to see it end. Well, they actually celebrate every Monday too at the church.
Wow.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So yeah, if you get a chance, definitely stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can we
so
drop
many...
by your house too, Lisa?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Home
cool.
cooked meal, yes.
Good. Okay, we're in.
Yeah, good. Awesome, Lisa. Thank you for your call, your participation in today's show. It just shows again, Debbie, there are so many hidden gems as far as, churches and novenas and shrines and places we can go and just celebrate things like that. I love having, a novena around St. Anne on her feast day in July.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. That's why everybody should look up the feast days, and there's so many of them. I mean, you could do that for a long time. Listen to this. I just love this. Betty on Facebook said, "Happy birthday to my wonderful sister. She is 80 today. She's my best friend and the light of my life." Betty, that is such an awesome tribute to your sister who is 80 today. I hope she gets to hear this broadcast, and we wish Betty's sister just a beautiful 80th birthday. Don't you just love that? 80 is such a good number to reach.
Great milestone. Happy birthday indeed. And here's the number if you'd like to get on the program today, 833-288-3986, talking about how we give thanks to God and how we mark and celebrate our birthdays, the day we were born. Rose, and speaking of beautiful names, Rose in Buffalo, New York, listening on the Station of the Cross to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Hi, Rose. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, and thank you for taking my call. Jerry and Debbie, I just love your show.
Oh, thank you, Rose. We love you too.
Thank you. I'm up there. My husband just turned 80 on the 9th of September. And I have to tell you, because both of us are up in age, one of my favorite things to tell my children, if you're looking for something, I'll tell you where to go. Go to your nearest parish and get me a mass said for my special intentions. And it always goes full circle because you always pray for your children. So that's one of the big things that we do on our birthdays. My husband will always get me mass, and I'll always manage to find him one too.
Yeah, Rose, I have to tell you, thank you so much. This was definitely prompted by the Spirit, your call, because that was my mother's biggest wish for all of us as her children is to have masses said on a continual basis. Every time my mother she always says, now she doesn't converse too much because of the dementia, but she used to always say, have a mass card said. Go get a mass card. It's about $5 or $10 a stipend. Go get a mass card. She'd say it over and over again. And Rose, I'm so glad you did, because that's another very powerful tradition that can help us all for eternity, is to have masses said. We can have masses said for the living and the deceased. So thank you for mentioning that. What do you think, Jer?
I think it's great. I think sometimes we get caught up in the mindset of we've got to give the gifts that everybody else is giving, that the world is giving. Give. And that there's nothing wrong with that, like we talk about at Christmas, ties and toasters and sweaters and all of this stuff. But, Rose is giving us a good reminder, everyone, that we should mix into the gifts that we give to people, those spiritual blessings, especially a mass card. I have done that for myself, Debbie, and I've done it for many, many other people as well. And just think about that. That is going to bode so well for you. Since God is outside of time and space, the moment you take your last breath, that mass could be right there present before God, Jesus' sacrifice, and really be a positive benefit for all of us.
Absolutely. What do you think, Rose? I think we agree with you 100%.
I think that's great. And I think, I always signed a card. I put God bless you on all my cards whenever I'm sending them out, and then I'll put the love on there. Because I think that God's always got to be first in whatever you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And please wish your husband a happy birthday from the Take Two family. Would you do that for us?
Well, yeah, there were 4 birthdays. My husband's was the 9th. His son's was the 1st. His granddaughter's was the 5th, and his grandson's was the 7th.
Oh, you've eaten a lot of cake.
Yeah,
okay. A lot of sugar in this month. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you for taking my call.
Okay.
God bless you, Rose.
833-288-3986 on YouTube. You can comment there if you're watching the video on YouTube or Facebook. Dave says, my birthday is on the Feast of the Assumption of Mary. Wow,
Lucky.
What a great day. August 15th.
Very lucky.
Dave says, since coming back to a practicing status, I go to Mass with my family, and we have yellow cake with chocolate icing for dessert.
And there's another Facebook post that came in and said, at my job, there's 3 of us who share the same birthday.
Wow.
So you're going to have to share a cake then. Get a really big cake. So you get a big piece. And Gigi says, I'm pretty low key on my birthday, just a quiet dinner with my husband. He's a sweetheart. And yes, he is. John is amazing and always buys me something lovely to celebrate my birthday. That's about it. She says, I guess I'm boring. No, I don't think so, Gigi. I think that's pretty awesome.
Simple. It's just simple love. It's commemorating, but it reminds me, Debbie, of a couple that can drive, along a country road for an hour or two and not say a word to each other. And, that doesn't mean that they're not getting along or that they don't like each other. They love each other so deeply that words aren't really necessary.
Right.
Isn't that cute? Isn't that beautiful how some people can do that?
Yeah, it is. But we need to do another show on that because Marty's like that. He could drive on a country road for hours and not say a word. And I'm sitting there the whole time going, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Matter?
I just know something's the matter. And then I'll say to him, what are you thinking? And he goes, nothing. Okay, let's hear what Kathy has to say. She's got something to say about this on her birthdays, listening on Sirius XM 130, listening in Madison, Connecticut. Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, thanks for calling.
Well, this is my second time. I love it. The first thing is I want to talk about that I celebrate for the whole month. I have all my favorite foods, see all my favorite people, and just be thankful the whole month. But on the actual birthday, first thing I do is I call my mother, and I sing happy birthday to her. I know it's corny because it is it was a birth out of her body. And I thank her for carrying me for 9 months and for having me. And then I go to Mass, and after Mass, I always bring my prayer journal, and I spend at least an hour or two in adoration and have a conversation with all the three persons of our Trinity, God, and just, again, be thankful for my life and everything in it and all the special people and graces, and ask for continual inspiration from the Holy Spirit to do whatever God's will is for me. Then I go home and I call my kids. I have 2 kids, and I thank them tell them how special they are and how thankful I am for them. And then I do dinner in the evening with my husband, and we celebrate our marriage and our kids and our life together. And that's how I celebrate my birthday.
My goodness. Kathy, how long have you been doing all this, like this month-long thing? This is beautiful. How many years have you been doing that?
Oh, for as long as I can remember. I can't go back and put a date on it.
Wow, that is just so great, though. All the spiritual things that you work into your birthday, I love that. And that you call your mother, too. That is so fantastic. Usually it's people calling us, but you go kind of do that in reverse. And you thank your mom because, Debbie, that is something that we should be grateful for. And, all the attention
parents,
the attention is, of course, I think rightly on us when it's our birthday. But we can turn that around and, gosh, just all the things that our parents have done to us beyond just giving us life, but providing for us all of our lives and all the constant love and care that they've given us. I think it's a great tradition that Kathy has.
I totally agree, Kathy. I love your day. I love your birthday tradition. The one other thing I add to that is I actually thank my mom for giving us a Catholic school education. I thank her all the time. I'm so grateful now for my Catholic school education, which I wasn't at the time. I have to tell you, I was like, boy, the public school kids get to wear nicer clothes and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I'm so grateful now. But Kathy, I love your tradition. Anything else you want to share?
No, I just wanted to share that. Thank you for having me on.
Sure.
Oh, you're awesome.
Thanks
call
for
again,
calling. Please,
Kathy.
I was just going to say that. Please call again. Don't be a stranger here. We're all family on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Okay, how do you celebrate the day of your birth? Francis is next, listening in Maple Grove, Minnesota on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Francis. Good to have you with us.
Hey, how are y'all?
Doing fine.
Great.
Better now that you called.
Hey, don't I sound like I'm from Minnesota?
Maybe a little south of Minnesota?
Actually, yeah, I live in southern Minnesota. Actually, my husband and I just relocated to Minnesota in April, so from Alabama. But and I am actually wrapping up my birthday celebration. For my birthday this year, I turned 55. My birthday's August 21st. And my husband, because I had moved away from children and family, he sent me on a 4-week tour to the South. So I'm headed back to Minnesota now. And I just really wanted to, so I got to celebrate my birthday for almost a month this year. I just really wanted to call in. I am not Catholic. I was named Francis by my Catholic father, but he was not a practicing Catholic, but he named me after St. Francis of Assisi, and so that's good. But my mom and dad were married for almost 12 years before they had me. And so I am a child of promise. My mom was told she would never have children. And but thank God she did. I just wanted to reiterate to people out there that maybe they don't celebrate themselves or their birthdays for one particular reason or another, but you were no mistake. You were born with purpose, and your life has purpose, and celebrate you. If it's nothing but just buying yourself a cupcake and lighting a candle on it, celebrate you, because you were born for such a time as this, and you were sent here with a destiny and a purpose.
Amen, Francis. We are so glad you called in and you felt that prompting of the Spirit and you called in. You probably know this, Francis, but I'm just going to remind you in case you've forgotten. St. Francis of Assisi is probably the most popular saint. So you are so blessed. Your dad, your dad knew exactly what he was doing. And I'll tell you what, I went to go visit Assisi in Italy, and it was the most miraculous, beautiful experience to walk the grounds of, I'm going to cry, where St. Francis prayed. And I'll just tell you, you're linked to a very special saint.
Yeah, I've read about him, and we just never, raised in the South, we were kind of Baptist or whatever. Now I'm non-denominational. I just love Jesus, and I love people, and I just want people to know how amazing they are and how important they are. God made no mistakes. You were sent. If you were born and walking this earth, you have a destiny and a purpose, and it may just be for one other person, but I love people, and I heard my husband doesn't like to celebrate his birthday, and I'm like, too bad. We're celebrating. So.
Wow, that's beautiful, Francis.
And I've been to, is it Fatima? My husband and I visited Fatima. That over there, that was pretty amazing. So, yeah, and my in-laws are all Catholic, so they're all practicing Catholic, so they keep me on my Catholic toes.
What a gift you had in that visit to Fatima, Francis, and also what a gift you have of affirming everyone else, all other people, talking about their dignity and their worth, and there's a purpose. Francis, you know what, Debbie, this is, I hope I can say this, humbly, that's what this show is all about. I mean, Francis kind of captured the essence of this show, even though it's, she's a first-time listener, a first-time caller, but that's what we try and do, is just, we're all created by God for a beautiful, beautiful purpose, and that's what we try and celebrate every day.
Absolutely. I thought Francis's call was just perfect to close out this beautiful birthday celebration broadcast, Jerry. I'm blown away at how everybody just jumped in and just shared, how they celebrate their special day when they entered into this world. And I think it's pretty incredible.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go to Jim in Orlando. This is cutting it close. Jim, if you can fit it into about 45 seconds, I wanted to get your take on this. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, I need about 45 minutes.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
I called because I'm a Jersey boy, and I wanted to make a comment at first about the bagels in Jersey.
Yes.
And also one little trivia, that there are more horses in Jersey than any other state, and that includes Kentucky.
Wow.
But when I was talking to your caller guy, I mentioned that this year I turned 70 for my birthday. And I just gotten, this is like a public service announcement, I guess, that I was diagnosed with celiac disease, which on the surface sounds like it's a bad thing, but it turns out to be really good, because once you know what you're dealing with, it's easier to deal with it. So
real quick,
that
Jim.
was it. Last year for my birthday, I went to Assisi with some secular Franciscans, and that was a great experience.
Wow, Jim. God bless. Thanks for calling. Hope that you're doing okay with that celiac. I'm a little bit familiar with it. I know other people who have had it. But Debbie, a beautiful, beautiful program here today. And Mary on Facebook said, my mom texted me this morning, happy feast of the holy name of Mary. I kind of celebrate my birthday since it is my name with great thankfulness with every feast of our Blessed Mother. My birthday is in May as well. So.
Wow. Beautiful,
Great
beautiful.
Mary, yeah.
We'll revisit this again because this was a very popular show. We probably could have done a part 2, part 3. Anita and Marianne and Kathy and the others, sorry we couldn't get to. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about overcoming adversity. That's on tomorrow's show. Until then, have a beautiful and blessed day. See you real soon.